Hello students, today we will start motion and time. Motion and time. The study of motion in physics is known as mechanics. Means mechanics is a branch of physics which deals with motion. Now, in motion and time, we will discuss about the two terms. First is rest. Rest is a state of body when its position does not changes with the passage of time. It means that whenever we consider an object, for example, if we consider that a block is kept on a table, okay, if this block is at this position, that is x position at time t equal to 1 second, and if we notice its position again at t equal to 2 seconds and it is found that box is at the same position, that is x, then it is said to be that the box is at rest. Means the time is passing on, the time is moving forward, but its position is not changing. Next term is motion. Now, if the state of a body or the position of a body changes with the passage of time, then that object is said to be in motion. Means if we consider that t equal to 1 second, the object is at x, then at t equal to 2 seconds, the object will displace from x. Means at position x, it won't be found. Let us consider an example which shows rest and motion. Example is that consider that we are in a train. हम ये सोचें कि हम एक ट्रेन में बैठे हैं. If we see the people nearby us, हमें आसपास लोग दिखेंगे बहुत सारे. If we see them, then they are at rest because they are not moving. Means the time is moving on, but they are at the position where they were. Means they are at rest according to us because we are also sitting in that train. But if somebody is watching you from outside the train, means the watching person is not in the train, he is outside the train, then according to that person we are moving because according to him our position is changing with the passage of time. So according to that person we are in motion, but according to us all are at rest. So the state of rest and motion both are defined according to one observer. Means when we define rest, we think that observer is we ourselves, and when we define motion, then the observer is the person who is standing outside the train. Means we require an observer to define these terms. Hence, these terms are concluded to be said as relative terms. So, rest and motion are the relative terms as they require an observer to observe that whether the position is changing with respect to time or the position is not changing with respect to time. Now, we will discuss about types of motion. First is linear motion. Whenever any body which is moving along a straight line. Means if any object is moving in this line, means for example there is a car which is moving on a road, means it is moving straight forward. So this motion of a car is termed as linear motion. Means it is moving along a single axis. Means we know that in mathematics we have studied x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So in linear motion the body is moving in a single direction, either in x, या तो वो x में मूव करेगी या वो y में या वो z में. Means in all of these three axes only one axis will be changing, only one coordinate of the axis will be changing. अगर हम तीनों कोऑर्डिनेट्स को लेते हैं तो तीनों में से या तो x या y या z, तीनों में से एक कोऑर्डिनेट चेंज होगा विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम. सो दिस इज नोन एज द लीनियर मोशन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल a car that is moving on a road, or we can consider a railway. Means whenever the train travels, it travels on a railway track. So that is also an example of linear motion. Next is rotational motion. Rotational motion is a motion which is about an axis. For example, if we consider a fan, we know that the fan, there is a one metal stick and on that three fans are there. So whenever we switch on the fan, this stick that is of red color, this red pink colored stick remains at its position. Means it is not moving, but all these three fans are moving. So all the movement of these three fans is about this string, means about this wire, about this line which is of metal wire. So rotational motion is about a single axis. Next is oscillatory motion. If we consider a simple pendulum, it is tied to a rigid support and there is a bob. If we apply some force on it, then it will move like this, here, then again here, and it will stop. So this motion is known as the oscillatory motion. Means to and fro motion of a bob is known as oscillatory motion. So these are the three types of motion. Now we will discuss about some quantities. In physics, we measure many quantities like distance, speed, mass, weight, force. There are many physical quantities. But in broad classification, we have classified them under two categories. Our first category is scalar and other is vector. Scalar quantities and vector quantities. Scalar quantities are basically those quantities which depend only on magnitude or only on the value of that particular physical quantity. But if we talk of vector, they depend on value or magnitude and direction also. Means it differs or it matters that the quantity which has to be measured is in east, north, south, west or in else direction. Means in vector quantity, whenever we talk, we have to specify the direction accompanied with the value. But while talking of scalar, only the value is significant. It does not matter or it does not changes with the direction. For example, if we talk of distance, then distance is the actual path. Means जो भी हमने travel किया है, that is the distance. It hardly matters that whether we have travelled in east direction, north direction or south direction and elsewhere. It does not matter. Only the value that we have travelled, what we have covered, does matters. Here we can take example of displacement. Now let us discuss that what is displacement and how it differs from distance. A person is there who is at position A and he wants to go to position B. The one way which he can use to travel from A to B is he should directly travel from this point A to point B. But he does not want to move from A to B. He thinks to move like this and this path. Means he want to cover this path, that is path P1. He does not want to cover this path P2. So if we talk of distance, means if we talk of distance in path 1, then from A to B, he is reaching to B. But the distance he will cover is different. But if we talk of path 2, again he is reaching from position A to B where he wants. But the distance he covers in path 2 is different. So in both the conditions, the distance is differing. Means it is not dependent on the direction. It's just depend that how much actually the person is going to travel. But if we talk of displacement, then it takes the consideration of direction also. In this case or in this example, the displacement is represented by the pink line, that is a straight line. Means displacement is the shortest path to be followed from initial position to final position where the person wants to reach. So it is defined as shortest distance between the initial and final position. So in this example, the distance can be calculated in both the cases, which differs, but the displacement is from A to B, which is represented by the pink line, and it is the shortest path to be followed to travel from A to B. Now, as we said that it is the shortest distance, so the unit, that is SI unit of the displacement, is the same, that is of distance, that is meter, and it is a vector quantity because it does depend upon the direction also. While if we talk of distance, it is a scalar quantity because only the magnitude or the value matters, not the direction. Now we will talk of uniform motion. Whenever a body travels equal distance in equal interval of time. For example, let us consider example that a car is traveling at a speed of 10 meters per second. It means that for every 1 second it is going to travel 10 meters. So if we consider that time and distance that is covered by the car in 1 second the car will be covering 10 meters. At t equal to 2 seconds, the car will cover 20 meter. At t equal to 3 seconds, the car will cover 30 meter. And at t equal to 4 seconds, the car will cover 40 meter and so on. Now, if we want a plot of this data. This represents the distance and it represents the time. This is origin 10, 20, 30 and 40 and so on. Time is 1, 2, 3 and 4 and so on. Now we want to plot a graph. So we see that at t equal to 1 second, the body is at 10. So this point represents the first point. Second, the body at t equal to 2 seconds has covered 20. So this is the next point which we have got. Next, we have at t equal to 3 seconds, the body has covered 30. So this is our next point. And at last, the body has covered 40 meter at t equal to 4 seconds. So this is our fourth point. Now we will join these all 4 points. We will see that all these 4 points will make a straight line in this graph. So whenever there is a uniform motion, then the graph which we plot or the graph which we get between the distance and time is a straight line. So in uniform motion, a body covers equal distance in equal interval of time. Thus we get a straight line. So this was the brief knowledge about the motion and time. Thank you, students.